Good morning, folks. It's 1 a.m. on the 11th day, 3rd month, 2022. I'm going to click back and see that this is rolling. Yes, it is. Right, I'm going to roll the weather plan. This is the remnants of the pressure system that flooded Australia. And it's right over here, and I've got it set on wind. This is the rain. Right, it's not packing a huge wallop except along the western coast like I said it would. But they've got you watching the wrong direction for the storm. Right, I messaged somebody and gave them a weather warning for the North Island. And they said, oh, they're watching here. Well, your storm is here. This is the storm I'm warning you about. Not this one. All right, this storm is about 3 days away. And they're going to park it here. And I've been waiting for an EMF move to show that. There's Saturday. This is my time. All right, very, very slow moving. But it's there. Right, I'm going to zoom in on it. And it's making a beeline for Auckland. It's going to actually move around in some very strange ways according to the weather plan. And I'm just going to let this roll. Yeah, this is not good. It's got a lot of time to bring a huge amount of moisture with it. Like I'll put it on the there's a lot of moisture here. A lot of that came up and around. Right from here, watch. Comes up. Be nice if this had a feature I can drag. Oh yeah, I can. And he walked the moisture from this up and around. Moisture from this tendrils come here, and I'm going to show you it on the Mimic. Wasn't going to issue a warning until I seen a certain EMF move. Until I see this move, I won't know where it was going. And I'll show you it. So I'm going to let this roll. And it's going to be a major event. All this moisture is going to meet all at once. Kind of, weren't you guys supposed to be protesting in Auckland? Well, you ain't going to be going nowhere between those two islands within a couple of days of this moment here. Watch, here she comes. First we started Napier, right? And that's not a little bit of rain. This is a lot. And all these mountains run into stuff that runs to the shore. And that's 2.3 centimeters every 3 hours. That's a lot of rain. That would fill up a coffee cup really quick. Stuff goes in this lake here. But this is very bad. This area here is going to become inundated with floodwaters before this is said and done. I'm going to zoom out now. Computer's running good. Watch. I saw this on the weather plan. So I went and checked all the dynamics. I don't see it parking the way they say. I see that sucker slamming. But it's days away, so much can happen. It's going to be a large rain event. Like if I go here. Over the next 10 days. They're planning on a huge amount of water hitting this area. Right? If I go to 3 days, it's not there. So 2 more days on is this. It's there. So sometime between here and here, all this rain is going to pretty much come in 2 day period of time. Right? 15.5 centimeters of total rain accumulation for this area is going to cause flash flooding. And at any point, this could move north. This is just a tentative. Because the moisture's here. That can come in too. I'm not agreeing with the weather plan here. I see much worse. So let's get prepared. Prepared means get your insurance papers in order. If you're in a low-lying area, you might want to consider getting some stuff out. Now, what did you learn from Australia this week? You learned that the government will use weather bombs on you. Will use EMF on you. Now, I'm not talking just people in a crowd at a protest. They'll use it on storms out here at sea and crash into you and say, oh, look, it's an act of God. Well, they got their sights set on this area here. So let's look into their smart city plan. See that big old thing coming across? All this drains into here. This is the Wakatani region here is prone to flash flooding because vast areas drain into it. So the weather plan for the week is showing some strife within the next 5 days. But you looks like you got 3 days to prepare for this. So do that well. Do you have the ability to light candles or something in a safe way in your house? Right? We ain't setting none on fire. Do you have petrol in your car? Could you take out a bank loan to get some with the prices these days? I don't consider petrol to be a priority. I consider, like, do you got something to eat? That's a very big priority. It doesn't look like wind-wise. It's huge. So I'm not really looking at them blowing down houses and this and that. This is going to be a rain event. So flash flooding is to be expected. Knowing the conditions lightning-wise between this day here. As I looked on hour, the whole island copped it. I'm not agreeing with this forecast, actually. I see rains more widespread through here. So I'm going to keep you posted on that. Now I'm going to show you the precipitable moisture. What I have here is it's actually stopped on a beam. You see this energized beam right here? It's cutting this river of moisture here, so this can slingshot around and take that moisture with it. And it'll pretty much back some of this moisture up, which could potentially cause storms in Fiji. It almost always causes earthquakes. So somewhere along here on that Kermetic Trench Mountain, looks like a pork chop under the water. So I think they fried the pork chop a bit, and she's going to hit. A big beam here going across Australia, hitting this storm here. Right, so if I come down here, I can get at some controls. See the beam go away? See it come back? There's device flashing here. Here's where the super darn is. So I would suspect it is exceedingly guilty. That's beaming that storm. Not really isn't going to be a huge problem for you guys. It's this one here. And they're beaming it. They're beaming it right now. There's your timestamp. I'm going backwards. Now I'm going to go forward. I'll get you a timestamp if you demand it. A bit yawny. A long day. It's always a long day when you're trying to cover geoengineering because the guilt never sleeps. There's always going on somewhere. There's always a beam reacting to a previous beam to correct something they did so they can continue doing what they want with your weather. Yeah, you always got to use a beam to correct a beam. Well, at some point, I think they're being beamed with bad ideas. Another thing I find interesting to look at on this imagery besides that, so I'm going to let that just run. Bzzz. The microwave's on for 3-4 hours. This isn't just a little bit. You know, you see this beam start here, right? I'll go backwards. Alright, the beam's off, 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 off. Alright, it's about off there, almost. Still got a tickle of it. Right. Look at that timestamp. 0500. Right on the 10th. And we'll go to the end of this loop. That beam is still going on. Right, it's still there. Well, influencing condensates in the river of moisture from 0500 to the next day. Not just a little bit of time, folks. Not just a little bit of time. 19 hours. That's still going on. Now, that's a long time to have a microwave heating the atmosphere. It's not just a quick pulse. These devices stay on for long, sustained periods of time. And all ocean life underneath that is affected. Now, if I go over here to the world view, what they say is a naturally occurring storm. And I say it is not. The first thing I see is a square form inside, not round. No circulation. I see a trapezoid. Here, let me move that. trapezoid. Inside this here you see chem, squared edges, no roundness, no toilet flush looking thing like a vortex down a drain with a clear center. None of it. It's just that chem bomb look. And if we're lucky, the sat view might give us a peek at this. I don't know. It's right near the international date line now, so it makes viewing still a little more difficult. Boom, boom, booms here. Because I'm so used to seeing them, I keep showing them you all the time. Look at the square to them. What kind of formation is that? These are chem bombs. This is geoengineering, bearing down on Auckland, New Zealand. The overall shape of this has a squareness to it. They're doing a fold. Almost like my initials. Well, let's see where it's fed to go. All the energy says it's going this way. That's the international date line. So it's too far to that side. And it's coming. Barreling down. And so we're going to keep an eye on this. I imagine your ears are ringing. That's a lot of energy in the atmosphere. Bzzz, getting fried, getting fried. You know, and on the other side of the sea here, you're getting fried in Canberra. More microwaves being deployed there. Wow, look at this. Not naturally occurring cloud formations. Some fall streak clouds. This is where you have a deck of EMF and you hit it with some more energy. Drop a payload on it. Changes the dynamics and blasts a hole in the clouds. And you'll often see it looks like something is falling toward the center and making a cloud that's going down towards the earth. Or what is somebody was calling a jellyfish looking cloud? The Gong Show. See what it looked like yesterday? Well, at least you're going to see a little bit of sun in between the microwaves. You look at the floodwaters have done. Wow, look at that pollution. Going all inland. Well flooded out, Sydney. Well flooded out. Even here. I said Sydney Airport would flood low. It's still underwater. I pointed that out exactly. I went over this area and I traced the floods from what was here. So, wow, what a shame. It's a cool airport to fly into other than the 2 radar balls they have. One of them's right on the edge of the runway and I filmed it. Gee, that's mighty stained. See if we can get a picture of what that's supposed to look like. It ain't supposed to be that color. It's supposed to be that color, right? Well, it ain't. Flood. Geoengineered flood did that. Here's some more of the pollution from Newcastle. My God, look at that. Look how much flooded land there is. Wow, that's not a little bit. All the way inland here to Maitland. Oh my. Singleton. And as I get clear imagery, I will show you. The sadness of it is to show you, I gotta say. Not easy. So I'm just drifting you through. Southwest rocks. And now we're going to get to some of the worst of it. I can't quite see it yet. Money square cloud you got off the coast there. Wasn't that enough geoengineering for 1 year or 1 lifetime? I think so. And that program needs to stop. Is this still geoengineering you? It ain't stopped. Look at these microwaves up here. Bzzz, Lismore getting fried. Casinos getting fried. Enjoy your new smart city agendas. That's been in the plannings of one document I got out there from 2017. And some of the buildings they want are where housing is. Or should I say, was. Chem bombs off your coast here in Bongangar, bada bing bang bong. That needed a bing bang bong on the end. Tweeds Heads. Goldie Airport. A lot of staining in your water. It's very hard to get an image of it though. Ballina and all that's over here. This will be where the bulk of all the runoff will be. You ain't going to see that today, but you are definitely getting fried. Look at that pop there, how circular that is around that epicenter. These black pieces will be shadows of those clouds. Or whatever they are. Squared off things over here. Oh, yeah, there's Ballina. But you can't see the floodwaters. But you definitely see an orange look under them clouds. Oh my, this is hard to look at. Big square nucleation in the general cloud mass up here south of Harvey Bay. Microwaves pinning that in. I know you're getting some storms through here. Mostly up a little further north. What's going on here, Rod? You got a little bit of a hole blown over your house. You also see the color of the water here is not the crystal clear you should be seeing. So that means the whales are sifting the toxicity of our rivers and lands that drained out into their oceans. Sifting it. How would you like to drink that? You know, they're eating fish with sewage sauce, not soy sauce. My goodness, this is hard to watch. That's the reef getting poisoned and toxified. If I'm lucky, this other one will load. Let's see if we can catch this storm in motion. So Auckland, we have a concern for you, don't we? And when we have a concern, what do? We keep an eye on it. We don't go freaking out and run like a chicken with our heads cut off. Storms happen. You're on an island. Yeah, I want to see something. I saw a suspicious deployment here. I want to see that square off the coast. See if it's showing up. This program does take a minute to load. So yeah, y'all helping people out there in them areas. You sending them some even lithospheric vitamin C that you can make yourself. Like a thin and good vitamin C powder. Get it in a sonic bath. In about 5-10 minutes and it makes it so you don't have to spend all that money. Oh, look at these chem bombs going over you. Let's put some of those names up. Those are chem bomb plumes. Big streamer crap going off the coast here. Now here's where I see the action for the next few days is along this line here. To see that, I'll need national radar loop. Oh, you're getting beamed right here, and that tends to do a curl this way and that way. So there's 2 radar stations here that could be doing something. It's doing a scatter. That other beam should be coming through here. So I'm going to zoom back. Hope you don't mind now. I'm just doing a live look. See, they ain't even showing that beam coming up in here that we clearly see over here. Can't tell me those things only have a little reach when it's shooting hundreds of miles out there. It ain't showing it there. So they hiding something. They're hiding their guilt. Well, you look like you're getting a quiet night. You need it. It's about time. I've been looking forward to saying those words. Though that plume might have something to say about it. Now, if this is suspicious cloud. This is an impossible cloud, actually. Okay, this is moving this way and this way at the same time. But when these plumes come, the wind is taking it that way. So something's moving along, obviously, and deploying. Pew, 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 pew. Look. My eyeballs say I see explosions, man. Boom, boom, plumes. Did you see that? Now you don't see it. Now you do. Shape charges is the only thing I can understand about things that would be blowing up in a square. Yeah, it's moving in the wrong directions. It's an impossible cloud. Big plume of something coming up over the top of you, getting on your sugar cane. Like sugar wasn't toxic enough. Gonna add some crap to it. Nano sugar. And now with the power of AI sweeteners. My goodness. Would you look at the guilt? This is the Great Barrier Reef. They're chem-bombing right now. Chem bombs suck. They're sucking the life out of my entire planet. And this is all of us here. This is every single one of you watching this video. This is everything out there that can't watch this video. Look up. Smile. What kind of world are we going to leave? We're going to leave one that's almost entirely covered of cloud? We used to be the big blue marble. All I see now is some Mr. Bean's paint bomb went off. And we need to wipe it all up. I don't think there's a spot I can zoom in here that's totally clear and devoid of geoengineering. Well, I have to go super duper close. Even super duper close I see it. You see what I mean? When am I not going to see it? I want my big blue marble back. I want my mother clean. What do you want? A dirty mother or a clean one? That's for you to decide. I vote clean. Big love. Peace.